So we are discussing about the properties of object-oriented programming. So from the properties of object-oriented programming, the basic properties that we have discussed are these are the following: the polymorphism, inheritance, encapsulation, abstraction, class, object, method, and message passing. So method, we are in the last moment we are discussing method. So method is the function or the uh, function declaration or the function definition that is the called the method. Then there is we are discussing about this particular structure. A method body is the function body where the function is written, and there is a property of this modifier. As you can see, some modifier is public. So here, if you remember, we are discussing some concept of inheritance where the properties of a existing class is can be used in a new class, and how it is written by using the keyword. This is the structure where class is the keyword, derived class is the name of the class that we are writing. Also it is called the child class, sometimes also called derived class, and base class is the also called parent class, that is the class which is already written or which is already existing and whose properties we want to utilize without writing them again. So to do that, in Java there is a provision of writing a keyword extend, extends, extend. When a derived class extends a base class, then properties of the base class are given into the derived class. When the properties of base class is given into the derived class, then only those properties are given to the base class whose are either public or protected. When we are writing a class, the data and the function that is present inside a class, in front of them there have to be specified this particular modifier. Cannot leave the modifier blank. If we leave the modifier blank, then by default it is becoming public. If we are forget to write the modifier, whether it's a public or private, then by default it is made the public. So any function or any data whatever is consist inside a class, always mention the modifier. So there are three type of modifier: public, protected, and private. Public means these are the data type which without inheritance also we can access. These are the data type without inheritance also we can access. And secondly, if we perform inheritance, then also it is accessible. So with inheritance or without inheritance, public data of a class can be accessed to outside of the class. That is, data in the class present in the class can be accessed outside without inheritance or without inheritance or with inheritance. Then protected. Protected is another keyword. Public is a keyword. Protected is another keyword where a data is allowed to be accessed only when some base class or some derived class is inheriting the parent class. For example, a parent class have a data protected x int x protected. Unlike public, without object, without creating inheritance, public data can be accessed, but protected by inheritance only you have to access. There is no other way of accessing a data if it is made protected. If a data of a class, basically a parent class, is protected, and that parent class is used in a program where a derived class is extend the parent class, and that parent class have a protected data member, then that data member can only be accessed when it is inherited. In no other way to access. Whereas in public, you may inherit, you may not inherit, you can access. How to access by inherit, that you have seen by writing the extend keyword, and how to access without inherit by using the dot value. When you are writing in the program, in your program, you have seen that in sometime in Java, not sometime, is most of time, a dot is always you will see a dot, not is means like a full stop. So that is the accessing a public value. When you access a public value, then whether it's a function or data, then use the dot. Use the dot. Now to use the dot, before using the dot, the name of the class have to be specified, or in the other way, the object to which the value belong to, you have to specify. Similarly, for protected, there is no provision for using a dot. If in a class there is a protected value, then by using the dot operator, you can also call the dot operator as the object reference operator. It is also called object reference operator. This operator, if you have used in a structure programming using C, if you have done, if you remember structure programming of C, there you have used dot operator. So in Java also you will use a dot operator where a data is public, and protected dot operator not function, it's not functioning, only inheritance, only data can be accessed from a base class when a derived class extend it. And private means not accessible inheritance also, and not accessible by dot operator also. This data is called private. A private data member, if in a class it's a private, then no access is granted directly, no direct access is granted. So direct access means it cannot be inherited, and also it cannot be used by dot operator. So it is completely locked, this particular private data completely locked. To access the private data, there have to be some other way. There you have to find other ways, other means of using the using this private data member. read this point. So data types, Java primitive data types: byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, character. The sizes: byte is 1 byte, short 2 byte, integer is 4 byte, long is 8 byte, float is 4 byte, double is 8 byte, boolean true or false 1 bit, character 2 byte. So these are the sizes that are used in Java. And primitive data types: non-primitive data types. So those are the primitive data types. Non-primitive data types are the string, class, array, interface. So string is a data type in class, in Java. String is a keyword, and it is a data type. It is a derived data type. String is a collection of characters. String is a collection of characters, and string is a data type. Array is not a data type. Array is not a data type. Array, you create array by using the square, uh, by using the square bracket operator. Class, we create a class keyword. Interface, use the interface keyword. And there is a class is a user defined data type. Interface is also user defined, but string is a inbuilt data type, and it is a derived data type. String is a itself a data type, whereas array is not a data type. So string and array, even if string is a collection of character, in C program writing string using character star, in Java you will use a string keyword. So here for example, string greeting is equal to hello world, so it is a value. Hello world is the value, greeting is the variable, string is the data type. So string is a inbuilt data type. And array, we have to create array. It is not readily available like in string. So there is no keyword called array. We have to create array using the standard procedure. And class is a keyword, interface is a keyword. So some example here, one example: to create a variable of character capital B. So how it is written? So now you can recognize the key. This is the name of the class, my class. This is that is the name of the class. This is the name of the class, my class, and void main is the main function. Public, you can now recognize what is the meaning of public. It is available, accessible, and main function should always be public. Main function never should be written private, because it is if you written here, if you write private, then it will be a compiler error. So it should be written as a public. Now class can be written as a public if it is contain a main function, because the Java system will not be able to access if these two are made private. If a class contain uh, uh, function which is user defined, then we can write private class or protected class, or the function can be written as private or protected. But if a function is a main function, you have to write the public, and a particular class also made should be written as a public. Then there is a keyword static. We will see what is static later. So it is the structure where first we write the class name, and before the class name the modifier, it is this modifier also called access modifier. Access, A double C E double S, access. Access means whether we are able to use permission or not. So permission, if set to be available, then it should be a public. So public class my class, public static void main, string array argument. So string array, so string array means array of string. It is a array of string. String itself is a collection of character. So string array means a collection of string, more than one set of combination of string. So hello world is one string, welcome to OOP is second string. So both will be able to be stored in a array of string. So string array. So the void main function should be having a string array as argument. It is the structure, it is the requirement of the syntax. It should be given. It is a string array. String array, as you can see, main function. So main function is able to accept input. What is this inside a bracket? It is the formal parameter. So who you will give the value to the main function is having certain data type. While that means while we execute, we can set some predefined value. That is also called as the environment value or initialization value. When we run the program, when we run the main program, at the time of running itself, we can give some value. It may be an integer, it may be a character, float, whatever it is. But as you know, this type of values are always user defined input. So when a user run the program, that is when you will execute your program, your main function, when you execute the main function, you want to set some value before running. So you will use as a user, you are the user, so user input you will give while using. So all accepted as a string value only. So string array. So if you are not giving it, you are not using anywhere, it give as a blank, but you will have to write the syntax string argument. Then here is a syntax to write the character, and printing in the monitor system dot out. So system is a class, dot operator, dot means this is a some access is going on inside the system class. System is a class, and when we write the dot, that means we want to access something inside the system. So system dot out means out is another class inside another class. So system itself a class, inside it there is another object called out or another class called out class, and that contain the printn function. System is a class. System means it can have this particular whole user system contains input device and output device. So to distinguish between the function of input and output, input function are written inside the in class, output function are written inside out class, and both the input and output is written inside the system. So system dot, so we want to access something inside something, so system dot, so inside system there is something out, then inside out there is a list of many function. Out of that we are going to use the println, and what we are going to print? Migrate. What is the migrate? It's a character, value is capital B. Then let us see example, one more, boolean. So public class my class, public static void main, string argument, boolean Java is fun true, boolean fish is tasty false, system dot out dot println true and false. So output you will get Java is fun true, fish is tasty false. So boolean is the keyword. Similarly float and double, integer print the integer, system dot out dot println my number. So my number, so that is your this value will be printed in the monitor. Some basic programs to for basic primitive data types. So next class we'll go through if else. Anything you have to ask in this particular class regarding today's means today's whatever lesson?